Most Canadian investors assume their TFSA shelters every dollar from tax. That assumption costs $210 per year in silent U.S. withholding on a $100,000 balance. And over 30 years at 7% growth, that single gap compounds to $42,000 in permanently lost retirement wealth. Every 12 months your U.S. equities stay in the wrong account. $210 more gets permanently withheld and can never compound forward. Here is why. The 1980 Canada-US Tax Convention explicitly exempts RRSPs from U.S. dividend withholding under Article XXI. TFSAs were created 29 years later, in 2009. The treaty was never updated to include them. So the IRS taxes every U.S. dividend inside your TFSA at the full 15% rate, identical to a non-registered taxable account. Take VFV, Vanguard's S&P 500 ETF on the TSX. It distributes roughly a 1.4% dividend yield. On a $100,000 TFSA balance, that is $1,400 in annual dividends. At 15% withholding, $210 disappears before reinvestment. Compound that $210 annual drag at 7% over 30 years, and your terminal balance is $42,000 lighter, permanently. The fix is account location. Hold VFV, VOO, or XUU inside your RRSP. Article XXI protects all 1.4% of that dividend yield at 0% withholding. Move Canadian equities like XIC or VCN into your TFSA. 0% foreign withholding applies. Same portfolio, same 7% target return. $42,000 different outcome over 30 years. But most investors who find this fix make only one of the two required swaps and leave a second withholding layer completely untouched. Even after fixing U.S. equity location, international ETFs like XCF carry a 15% fund level withholding deducted before distributions ever reach you. And that hits every account equally: TFSA, RRSP, and taxable. At roughly a 2.1% dividend yield, $100,000 in international equities loses $315 per year at every registration with no available fix. Most investors blame their broker when they see that deduction. I would argue the 1980 treaty was written 29 years before TFSAs existed, and this gap is working exactly as designed. So, do you restructure two accounts or accept the 15% drag every year? The only complete path to zero withholding on U.S. equities is U.S.-listed funds, VTI, VOO, held inside an RRSP, where Article XXI fully applies. That means 0% U.S. exposure in your TFSA. For most Canadians, the realignment is two trades. But here is what your financial advisor has probably never run the numbers on. What does a TFSA holding 0% U.S. assets do to your 30-year total return? And does the $42,000 withholding gain actually survive the reallocation?